You're so tired. I can tell from the few cards that I already pulled that you are exhausted and you just don't even want to continue going on anymore. I'll show you what I already have. I have Seven of Cups. Not enough options, or way too many to where you feel overwhelmed. I get the feeling that I get the feeling that you have more options than you think, but because you're just so exhausted, you're refusing to actually look at them. I also have Page of Swords reverse, so refusing to really learn how to communicate better, just kind of like sitting with yourself and just allowing like those negative feelings to just sort of like take over and not give yourself the space to like do better or to learn something new or to contribute to society in any like meaningful way because you're just so exhausted. I also have Knight of Swords here reversed as well. So like not taking action to push forward, just kind of like being stagnant, not giving ourselves the options to communicate or learn better. And then I also have Eight of Swords reversed here. This is probably the most positive card I have here so far, is this Eight of Swords, because it's at least reversed. And you can see like in the mirror, she's looking at herself and she's just like tied up, but really it's just like it's more of a mental prison. But the reason that it's reversed is because you want to shift out of that mind state. I feel like you're not there just yet though, but you're kind of laying down the groundwork. I was pulling extra cards to be like, okay, what advice do we need to know here? Because like, why are you stuck here, right? Like you deserve better. So how do we get out of this? When we're looking at the lack of options or feeling as if there's a lack of options and that like refusing to learn something new, I think what you really need is to look for inspiration from your relationships, like people that you're friends with, people that you feel close to, and maybe celebrate being with them. So I think that you really need to maybe like talk about your feelings with people around you, talk to them about like what's going on, maybe get some insight, some objective insight from the outside, from other people. Don't be afraid to express your emotions. Don't be afraid to share with others. And then for this, like refusing to learn and refusing to take action and like just kind of like sitting still, this Four of Pentacles reversed is telling me that there really is some sort of like thing that you're holding on to that you're like refusing to share with other people. And it might be your resources or something like that, but you really have this like really like this scarcity mindset that's keeping you from sharing with others, embracing with others, like having these like good close relationships with other people. You're just like totally like shutting down. And that's part of what is keeping you from learning new things and embracing the future and taking action. Like you're just very stagnant in where you are because of this feeling that like if you share with other people, it's going to be taken from you. And it gets to a point where you're just living in loneliness now because you won't just share with other people. You won't just like talk about what's going on. And then with this, like you finally getting over what's going on, I think you're realizing slowly that like this is not the way to live. This is not the way to do things. I have that Knight of Wands here. And so I think that that is telling me that it's going to be your desire to do something different is part of what's helping waking you up to what's going on. You really want to do something new, do something different, get out of your box. And I think that that's going to be the important key to making you feel as if you have better options than you think, right? This is going to turn this upside down. So I think if you pursue the thing that you want, especially maybe talking to somebody you know who is an expert in this thing or something like that, then you're going to be able to open the doors to all of this and turn some of these cards right side up. I think we want that Eight of Swords to stay in reverse. Like, let's stop feeling bad for ourselves. Let's stop creating a prison, a mental prison that we're stuck in. And let's focus more on like how we can take action and learn something new and communicate a little bit better. And open ourselves up to realizing that we can do these things. We can have an adventure. We can be impulsive. We can like change our path in whatever way we need to adjust and to keep going. So I hope that that message helps somebody.